Welcome to this most beautiful of locations. We're in deepest North Norfolk at Ivy Farm. Look at it, we're in the walled garden. It couldn't be better. And I've got the most brilliant Infinity Norfolk grill again. This is an even bigger beast than the last one. Can't wait to use it. I'm going to do a dish very simple, very seasonal. It's involving new potatoes, Norfolk Pier new potatoes, which are the best. And I'm literally going to just roast them with lavender. And lavender has an affinity with North Norfolk. We grow a lot of lavender here, and why not use a little bit of it in cooking? I think you'll like this one. Now, depending on how much time you've got, you can give these a little help by parboiling them. You can do them from raw, but it obviously takes longer. So I tend to parboil them in a little bit of fresh mint, because I think new potatoes with fresh mint, it's like fish and chips with salt and vinegar. You've got to have it. So just until there's a bit of give in the potatoes, take them off the heat. Then we're going to drain them. Okay, so they're drained, and now we're ready to proceed with the rest of the recipe. I've got some garlic in my little container here. This is a little area which you can keep all your little condiments and things like that. So garlic, optional obviously, but I would recommend you use it. Not too much, because you still want to taste the potato. So peel the garlic and chop it, or grate it, however you want. And I've got here really lovely young lavender. You can tell it's young because it's very soft, and that's the lavender you want. As the lavender goes through the season, it becomes a bit tougher and a bit stronger. So you want it like this, nice and young. I've got to tell you a story. I once did, many years ago, lavender roast potatoes for the restaurant. I'm talking years ago. And there's a food critic for the Daily Telegraph who was having dinner that night, and he wrote about the lavender roast potatoes, and he said the lavender roast potatoes smelt and tasted like the drawers of a National Trust wardrobe. That wasn't a compliment, but I learnt from it. I wasn't going to give up on the lavender roast potatoes. I just had to modify it a bit. So you learn from things, but it was a hell of a comment. Hell of a comment. So what I'm saying is that you go in moderation, okay? Your garlic's chopped there. Take your young lavender. Just take it off the main stalk. And chop it. So you have to be careful when you're adding the lavender. You don't want to go over the top, otherwise it does taste like National Trust wardrobe. But everything in moderation. So I think that will be enough. And I've got a good 500 grams of new potatoes. These are the new potatoes that when you rub your thumb and finger against them, they just sort of peel, and they're beautiful. And they're grown just down the road. And that's so important to me. So important to me that I use local seasonal produce. And you can't get anything more local or seasonal with that than this. I can smell it, it's really strong. So it is quite important you use young leaves of lavender when they're coming about now. Okay, so just like that with the garlic and the lavender. Now, next thing, oh, I've got my little drawer here. My little cupboard space. Tin foil. Just literally lay 2 or 3 sheets of tin foil onto here. It's windy. I aren't making this look difficult. It is windy. Like that. Hold on to it. Now take your potatoes, which are just about cooked, remember. and spread them in hopefully one layer over your tin foil. When I say not all piled up on top of each other is the idea. So, okay, once you've got them all on, take your garlic and your lavender, move that out the way. Give it a mix, the garlic and the lavender. And liberally sprinkle all over. Olive oil or rapeseed oil, but be generous with it. Like so. And then back into my condiment drawer. Salt. Maldon sea salt, I always use Maldon. I like the sea salt flakes, it's just me. Again, being fairly generous. And ground black pepper. Again, being generous. Okay. Now, this is ready to be wrapped up. So loosely wrap it. And that's ready. Just going to check. The temperature on the heat indicator is up to 250, which is perfect. This is probably, in my opinion, the most important part of the whole of this grill. Because as a chef, when you've got an indicator that actually tells you accurately what you've got underneath here, it's so important. Put this lid down. And on this cast iron grill, I'm going to literally plonk them in the middle, put the lid back down, and just wait for the magic to work. Ow, it's hot. So I reckon these potatoes will be looking good now. They've had 20 minutes, and that's a good sort of time, I reckon. I can hear them, which is a great sign. Oh, look. Oh, look. Straight out. Oh, the smell is amazing. Can you see that? You could take them a bit further if you wanted to, but you run the risk of them catching. But I think they're perfect. All that's left for me to do is just plonk them into there. Like so. Just oil and everything, and garlic and lavender and everything in there. I couldn't have presented that better. Taste one. Oh, they're hot. They're good though. Really good. These will go perfectly with beef, lamb, pork, chicken. Why wouldn't you serve it even with a piece of fish? Really good, really easy. Go for it.